सत्यज्य गोकुलम् कृष्ण कृष्णेति ते सर्वे गोविन्दं शरणं युयुः पशवो दुद्रुगुर्भीता राजन् सन्त्यज्य गोकुलम् कृष्ण कृष्णेति ते सर्वे गोविन्दं शरणं ययुः पशवः the domestic animals dudrubuhu ran away bheetaha afraid rajan o king santyajya abandoned gokulam the dairy pasture Krishna 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 iti Krishna Krishna they the inhabitants of Vrindavana sarve all govindam to Lord Govinda sharanam for shelter yayuhu when translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace Adaya Karnaravinda Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. The domestic animals fled the pasture in fear, O King, and all the inhabitants rushed to Lord Govinda for shelter, crying Krishna, Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadami Swavadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Ade Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Siddhubhyayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam ambum langayate girim yatpurudam aham vande paramanandam. So this is from 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. First of all, welcome all of you to today's evening. So today we are discussing about the story from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, which is the core of the scripture itself. And this is about Arishtasura. The title of the chapter is The Slaying of Arishta, the Bull Demon. This is the story of a Brahmana which started very nicely in the beginning, very qualified, fortunate, but eventually ended up in disaster. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is explained as one of the important chapters for all of us to learn from the life of Arishtasura.
No, not required. Okay, not.
So once upon a time, there was a Brahmana boy whose name was Varatana, and he was living in heavenly planets. And he was the disciple of Brihaspati. And when one time his guru, Brihaspati, was giving a lecture, he was sitting in the audience, spreading his legs forward. And some of you know that it is not a etiquette. You cannot show your feet uncovered either to your guru or to the deities. That is an offense. So even though this particular Brahmana boy was very fortunate, but that simple mistake that he showed his feet to his guru, the guru was disappointed, and the guru also means heavy. And he has to teach through probably one of the disciples' example. He wants to teach everybody in the group so that they don't make the same mistake again. So he showed his feet, extended his feet and showing his feet in the audience. And Brihaspati said that you are sitting like a bull and you have the consciousness of a bull. So I curse you to take birth as a bull. And the same Varatana, after several times, he took birth as a bull in what is today we call East Bengal. So then fast forward. So Krishna, if somebody is cursed, either by Narada Muni or somebody, Krishna uses all these things to include in his pastimes. So he was storing this curse and saving this particular Varatana Brahmana boy for one of his magnificent pastimes that this world has ever seen. And what is that? The manifestation of Radha Kund. So for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur explains that of all the countries on this planet, Bharatavarsha is the most glorious. Because whenever Krishna takes incarnation again and again, he takes from the Bharata Bhumi. And within Bharata Bhumi, the Madhura Mandal is most auspicious. And within Madhura Mandal, Vraj Bhumi is very auspicious. And within Vrindavan, Govardhan is most auspicious. And within Govardhan area, the supreme most sacred place for all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas is Radhakund. So this Varatano was somehow, fortunately or unfortunately, he has been used in that pastime. Fortunately, in the sense he was associated with that, so that his name has become associated with that pastime for the rest of eternity in Srimad Bhagavatam. Unfortunately, because he was not positively inclined to serve the Krishna, so he has become on the negative side of it. Because he has, even though he was born in a Brahmana family, he was not following the etiquette. He was cursed by his guru, and he took birth as a bull. And the bull represents what?
Ignorant.
Cow represents what?
Obedience.
Goodness.
Cow represents mother.
Mother. Bull represents?
Father.
No, bull represents something else.
Dharma.
Dharma.
Dharma. Yeah.
Bull represents dharma. So what happened? He was born as a bull, and just like the gorilla, Vivida gorilla. So, how many of you know Vivida gorilla story? Okay, 1, 2. So, brief introduction. The Vivida gorilla was so fortunate in Sri Ram Leela when Ramchandra Bhagavan was building the Ram Setu, and he was assisting the entire Vanar army by bringing the boulders to throw into the sea to build the Ram Setu. But because he was such a huge and powerful, and he was Papra, Ahankar, and he saw Lakshmanji also doing great service, and he became envious of Lakshmanji. And because that pastime was in very serious, Lakshmanji just ignored his offenses during that time. He started picking up quarrels with Lakshman. But in his next incarnation, when Lakshmanji came as Balramji and Sri Ramchandra Bhagavan came as Krishna, this Vivida gorilla picked up fight again with Dawu. And in that incarnation, eventually Balaram killed the Vivida gorilla. So that is a story which started as a direct service to Krishna, Sri Ram, but ended up dying in the hands of Balaram. So if somebody, Bhakti Vinod Thakur and the Goswami says that only the person who dies in the hands of Krishna is guaranteed to get liberation, nobody else. It is not guaranteed, but Krishna is 100% guaranteed, anybody dies. In this case, the Vivida gorilla was killed by Balramji. So he was denied the opportunity of getting liberation, mukti. So in the same way, this Brahmana boy Vartanu, even though he started off very well, the good starting point, because of his attitude, the samskaras, the behavior, so he was cursed to become a gorilla. He was a bull, and when he was born as a bull, he started associating with other bulls who are very envious. So his association completely destroyed all his good qualities, and eventually he ended up as an associate of Kamsa, and he was so huge. So in Lalita Madhava, which Srila Rupa Goswami has added, so Rupa Goswami references to Paurnamasi, telling something. Who is Paurnamasi?
She's kind of coordinated
Who is Paurnamasi? What is her? Who is she in Krishna Leela? Paurnamasi, first of all, she is the mother of Krishna's guru. Who is? Sandeepan. And she is the grandmother of Madhumangal. And Madhumangal is a Gopa in Krishna's camp. And she is also a disciple of Narada Muni. In addition to all these qualifications, Paurnamasi plays a very critical role because she is one of the expansions of internal energy of Krishna, Yogamaya. So she assists in the most intimate pastimes of Krishna. So Rupa Goswami references a Paurnamasi telling that there was a time when Kamsa was so hesitated and started thinking that there is this boy in Vrindavan who will eventually come and kill him. So he sent Kesi and Arishtasura to Vrindavan to investigate. Who are these boys that are doing such a supernatural pastimes in Vrindavan, and who is their father, and what their background? So both of them came to Vrindavan and went back to Madura and reported to Kamsa, and Kesi said that all the beautiful pastimes, the glories of Radha and Krishna. But Arishta told and advised Kamsa to kidnap Mata Radharani. And is there a similar pastime in Ram Leela like this? Surpanka, right? Surpanka tells Ravana to kidnap Mata Sita. Similarly, this Arishtasura told Kamsa to kidnap Radharani so that he can inflict pain on Krishna. Just imagine how this Brahmana boy started degrading slowly and slowly because of association. So, Kamsa, what he decides is he sends a Shankachoda. That's a long story. He first sends Shankachoda to Vrindavan to kill Krishna, and that fails. He doesn't come back to Madura. Shankachoda was killed. Then he sends Kesi and Arishtasura. So Kesi is another story. How Krishna first kills Arishtasura, then he kills Kesi. So bull is a representation of dharma, but the more adharma is coming in the guise of dharma. Arishtasura is a adharma personified, but he is coming as in the form of a dharma. And he was so huge that his hoof was touching the clouds. And no sane person, what about like 5-year, 6-year-old boys, all these gopas can think of fighting with that bull. So he was coming into Vrindavan, and Krishna was trying to have fun with gopas and gopis, and he started creating a havoc, and the gopas and gopis started crying for Krishna's help. The same way when Indra, when he was sending Samvartaka clouds, Hey Krishna, Hey Govinda, Hey Gopala, please save us, please, our cows are dying because of this torrential rains. First save the cows, and if you are kind to us after saving the cows, please also save us. They are not asking Krishna to save them first. They are pleading to Krishna first to save the cows, and if you still think that we deserve your mercy, you save us. The same way here, all the Brajavasis who are in that pastime, they were praying to Krishna, please save us. So, Pashavo Dudrugir Bhita Rajan Santyajya Gokulam Krishna Krishneti Te Sarve Govindam Saranam Yuguhu. Saranam, we are surrendering to you. Krishna, Krishna, please save us. The same way Mata Draupadi was crying for Krishna's help in the court of Kurus. Hey Krishna, Hey Govinda. So they were pleading. So Krishna came and in probably like very brief fight with Arishtasura, he killed him, and he killed pretty easily. And then what happened was the pastime, and the Gopas and Gopis were trying to play with each other, and Radharani said, now I cannot play with you, Krishna. You committed a sin. Because Arishtasura was a bull, and he belongs to the family of cows, and you killed a cow. You got to the sin of killing a cow. In Ramayana, again the same pastime, when Ramchandra Bhagavan killed Ravanasura, and the Brahmanas tell him that even though he was a Rakshasa, he lived his whole life whole life as a Rakshasa, even though he was born to a Brahmana, he was a Rakshasa, but still you incurred the sin of killing a Brahmana. So the same pastime in Krishna Leela also. Radharani says, I cannot play with you, Krishna, because you incurred the sin of killing a bull. So you have to take bath in all the holy rivers that exist on this planet. So then what Krishna did was, he put his hoof, his heel, I believe it is the left feet heel, and press it down near Govardhan Hill. And then he invited all the holy rivers that existed in 14 planetary systems, even in heavenly planets. And everybody came, rushed to and said, Oh Prabhu, what is that? So he told, fill this hole that I made, and I want to take a bath. So all the holy rivers, all the water came and filled what is now we call Syamakul. And anybody who takes bath in that sprinkles that water on the head, they get the same benefit as taking bath in all the holy rivers of entire 14 planetary systems. And then Krishna told Radharani that now I became purified. But now you are contaminated because you took the side of a Rakshasa. Aristasura, even though he was coming as a bull, because he is a mystic yogi, he can change his form anyway. There are so many other demons that have the power like that. So you took the side of a demon, you contaminated. Now you purify yourself. Until then, I don't want to play with you. So what Radharani did, so there are so many gopis. And what they looked around the place, and there was a huge hoofprint of this Aristasura. Because he was so humongous, even the hoofprint is also so big. And they started digging in that hoofprint. And they started digging with their own hands. And the other gopis, they used their bangles, broken bangles to dig deep and deeper. And they dug the hole, but there is no water. Now they have to bring the water. And nearby that place, the mouth of Govardhan. How many of you went to Govardhan? Okay, very nice. So there is a river called Manasi Ganga. Okay. And how does Manasi Ganga first came to this particular place? Who brought her here? Krishna. And why she is called as Manasi? Because Krishna mentally, in his mind, he invited Ganga to come down and fill that particular place. And it is non-different from Ganga. So now the gopis, they started taking buckets. In India we have the buckets, right? And they formed a chain line and they started carrying that water from there. But this is such a huge spot to fill. Then Krishna felt, now I want to do some pastime. So Krishna felt empathy, he said, no, it is not going to end up very soon. So he called all these rivers and told them what to do. And all the personification of those rivers merged into one male form. And that man went and fell at the feet of Srimati Radharani and begged for her mercy and opportunity to serve her, that, oh Mata, you are such a glorious person that there is no parallel to you. And you are such a powerful person that even Krishna becomes subservient to you. Your only goal is to please Krishna. And serving you and pleasing you is the topmost benediction that anybody can ask. So in that respect, oh Mata, can I beg for one opportunity to serve you? That I will fill this whole spot with the water. So that will be the glory of my life. And Radharani hearing the way he was appealing with such a devotional mood, humility, she immediately felt compassion. Number two, and who sent him to her? Is Krishna. And she felt compassionate to him, that is external reason. But internal reason is, by allowing him to fill the water, she is going to please Krishna. That is internal reason. So her whole purpose in life is to please Shyamsundar, Krishna. So she allowed that person, okay, now you fill. And Shyamkund, right next to is Radhakund. So the water flew over the banks and filled the whole lake, which is the most sacred spot for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And it is explained by various acharyas that those who take bath in that water get the love of pure devotion of Krishna Prema. And all the sins that they have ever had committed, they will go away. And Radhakund appeared on 8th day, Bahulashtami, which is the 8th day from Kartik beginning, which is 14th, I think, this month. 14th of this month. This is October. October 14th.
Tomorrow.
Which is the 8th day of
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. Tomorrow is the appearance of Radhakund. And the water in the Radhakund is Krishna's love towards Radharani's love towards Krishna. So Krishna gave a boon that anybody who takes bath in that river will completely be purified and get the Krishna Prema. So, but Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they don't take bath, but they sprinkle the water on the head to show respect that we don't put our feet into the water. And some devotees also told me when we visited that place that actually that lake, from the bottom of the lake, it connects to Ksheerasagar. Ksheerasagar is the third Purushavatara. First one is Karanodakasai Vishnu, which we call Mahavishnu. Second one is Garbhodakasai Vishnu. And third one is Ksheerodakasai Vishnu, the milk ocean. So the water comes from there. So for all of us, even more important than Shyamakund, Radhakund is more sacred. That is how our Vedic system respected the woman and the love of the woman and the supremost place given to Mata more than father, because she represents the compassion part of the supreme absolute truth. So after Krishna left this planet, and there were so many things happened, and that people forgot where that Radhakund is, completely disappeared. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, and he went to Vrindavan, and he was able to, from his spiritual vision, he was able to identify where Radhakund and Shyamkund were existing before, and he gave instruction to Raghunath Das Goswami to dig again. So once he was digging that particular place, and he employed so many laborers to start digging, and all of a sudden from the ground blood started coming out. So before that came, when we are digging, if there is a hard rock we are hitting, we get a sound, right? And first they had the sound, and then the blood started oozing out. They stopped digging, and then that night, Raghunath Das Goswami, in his dream, he got the vision that Krishna appeared and said that what you hit was my tongue. So tomorrow morning, you carefully dig around that place and remove and put it near the Govardhan Mukh, means face, and build a nice temple so that everybody can take care of it. So, as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we do not treat the mountain, Giri Govardhan, as a rock. It is non-different from Krishna. And Govardhan is manifestation of Krishna's love towards Radharani. So when he was thinking about Radharani in spiritual world, that his love towards Radharani, a seed started taking place in his heart. And that seed started growing, and it grew so big, and it became Giriraj. So now coming to the point that Aristasura was killed, and it is so sad to see somebody, but Bhakti Vinod Thakur explains that every demon that came to Vrindavan, they teach the devotees one lesson. What we struggle in our life, in sadhana bhakti, we have to take care of it so that we eventually get pure devotional service. Okay? So I am going to explain that. So this Aristasura, what Krishna Samhita explains, Krishna Samhita is a book, Vedic scripture we consider is part of Vedas. So this Aristasura represents material attachments. So even though he was fortunate to be a disciple of Brihaspati, he could not able to get out of material attachments. So his behavior is associated with that he wants something material, something other than Krishna. So that is one thing he represents. In Chaitanya Sikshamrita, there are three things it is explained. One is attraction for cheating religion. So this Aristasura, in his heart, he wants to break the rules to get a material benefit. That is in his heart. But Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he gives the definition of bhakti. What is that? Anyavilashita sunyam jnana karmadi anavrutam anukulyena krishnaanusilanam bhakti uttama. Uttama bhakti, the pure devotional service, has nothing, there is no goal other than pleasing Krishna. Okay? So, jnana karmadi, no desire for jnana, impersonal liberation, and karma. We do not want punya, we do not want papa. Basically, the dualistic mindset, right? For example, you take a rupee coin or a dollar coin, and we want only the head part of it. Can we get? No. So the basic principle of karma, the karma siddhanta says that absolutely there is nobody who wants suffering. Everybody wants nice, good things to happen, enjoyment, but 100% of the time it will not happen. Every time we want something, wealth, health, success, and when we make that order at Amazon, it comes with a package, and that package also includes, if we want victory, it comes with a failure, defeat. If we want health, it comes with a disease. If we want health, it comes with a disease. Everything, it will not be delivered only one thing. So, that is the reason pure devotional service will be performed on above the non-dualistic platform. One has to transcend that. The second one is unconventional methods of service. So this Aristasura uses creative ways. So sometimes we are trying to do work around, right? Especially when we are, many of us at work, we are trying to solve a problem, and by following one particular way, we cannot solve that problem. It is not getting solved. So we do workarounds. So this Aristasura, he is that kind of person. In order to get his material thing, he can go around and break the rules and try to get that. So that was also his problem. and of course sense gratification product. So this Aristasura is represents adharma, and there are 5 types of adharmas. So I will briefly explain that. First one is vidharma. What is vidharma? Religious principles that obstruct one from following his own religion. Vidharma means religious principles that obstruct one from following his own religion. Second one is paradharma. There is Srila Prabhupada uses paradharma also. Savayapumsam parodharma. So don't confuse that with this. There is a dirgha. That is purely spiritual, but this is material. This paradharma means the religious principles introduced by others. So, Dharman to Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. Who is that? The second chapter, is that? Ajamil. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Ajamil says that Dharman to Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. Only Bhagavan, Krishna, whatever he says is only Dharma. The living entities cannot make Dharma. Absolutely. Individually and collectively, all the jivas that ever exist, in material world or spiritual world, everywhere, all of them, individually, collectively, cannot accomplish anything without the mercy of Krishna. Krishna is the only one who can make the rules about Dharma. But in Kali Yuga, people break that rules. They create irreligion by contaminating the world. Okay? So that is paradharma. Third one is upadharma. This is a new type of religion created by one who falsely proud and who opposes principles of Vedas. And we have so many. Yeah. So that here the common thing is that they do not accept Vedic system. They step out of that system. So one of those things is Buddhism. Buddhism, Jainism. Buddha, but even though with the order of Krishna, he created Buddhism, he completely ignored the authority of the Vedas. So that is called Upadharma. So it is not accepted. Fourth one is Chaladharma. This is interpretation by somebody's word jugglery. They study the Vedic literature, but they misinterpret. So that is called Chaladharma. And the fifth one is Abhasa. Abhasa, I may be going a little bit technical here. I will start after this. In Abhasa, there is something called Pratibimba and there is a Chaya. So the point that I am making here, Prabhuji and Mataji, is that when we come to Krishna consciousness, when we take initiation, we just begin on our journey on the long road through woods to reach the final destination of receiving pure devotional service. We just started, we are on first mile number 1. So as we progress, we have so many surprises on the way, and we find that our false ego ahankar thinks that we are pure devotees when we are mimicking Krishna as a controller. So Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he explains that before somebody gets pure devotional service of Suddha Bhakti, he falls prey to this abhasa, bhakti abhasa. So either in the Pratibimba state or Chaya state. Okay? So now the second part that I want to explain today is that today is basically about Radhakund. And Radhakund means a mother's mercy towards all her children. And the Vedic literature with the single point focus explain that Radharani is the supreme most mother from whom everyone else came. She is the topmost feminine form. If the supreme absolute truth is both man and woman eternally separated, that is Radha and Krishna. And if the supreme absolute truth, when both of them combined together, it is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there was a place which is called Shivakori, nearby Govardhan. There is a temple of Lord Shiva, and that is called Rameshwar Mahadev temple. So right next to that temple, there was a small lake, and there was once a jackal trying to drink water from it. Okay? Jackal is an animal that everybody disrespects. Okay? Nobody likes to compare themselves. We like to compare ourselves with the elephant for strength, lion, tiger, all those things, even with horse. But nobody tries to compare with jackal, because it is very cunning and very ferocious, and eating dead corpse, all this stuff. So this jackal, she jackal, so it's a girl, not a boy. So when she was drinking the water, a group of children saw her drinking the water and started throwing stones at her and beating with sticks and inflicting so much pain on that jackal. And there are so many these kids, and the jackal was running for her life. And it was running, and these kids were chasing, and it found a small hole near that place and went into that hole to save herself. And these children did not leave her alone. They brought all the dry wood near the entrance of that hole and put a fire to it. And Srimati Radharani was walking by with Lalita Sakhi and her gopis. And she saw within that hole, this jackal was crying with so much pain. And the goal of these children was so that she comes out so that can kill her. And jackal was with so much pain, she was calling somebody, please help, please help. And when Radharani heard the prayer, and she told Lalita, nobody should be crying like that near Radha Kund. So can you go and take care of that? Lalita Sakhi went to that hole, and she chased away all these children, and she put down the fire and brought the jackal to Radharani. And jackal fell at the feet of Radharani because she was so beaten up, so much in pain. And Radharani kneeled down, and with her lotus hand she touched and patted this jackal. And by doing so, she gave the Krishna prema to her complete. And she gave the role of her direct servant and eternally liberated the jackal. So that great opportunity and the mercy of Srimati Radharani, the same thing Srila Prabhupada brought down to all of us from the same place, Vrindavan. There was one time, one person came to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and he said, here is a great devotee who was spending so much money, he was so sincere, trying to please Krishna. And he was doing so many seva in this area. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, yes, he is a great devotee, but we don't care. Our mode is not about serving Krishna directly. Our mode is servant of servant of servant. The more we advance, we want to serve the servant of servant of servant. So the same way, the beauty of Krishna consciousness is not hurrying up directly to serve Krishna and Radha, but to serve their servants. So that is the pill that can get rid of all of our anarthas. If we want to complete our anartha nivrutti, one thing we have to constantly remind us that we are never the master, we are the servant, and we are not even the servant, we are the servant of servant of servant. So under the dust of Rajabhumi, what to think of Radhakund? There was one time Lord Brahma, he prayed to Krishna and said, "Oh my Lord, oh my Guru, I want to serve you in the most menial way. Please give me the opportunity." And Krishna said, "So if that is your desire, you become a mountain with 4 heads. So I, along with my Gopas and Gopis, will come and have pastimes to the extent that we start kicking you out with our feet. It will be painful, but would you take it?" And Brahma said, "That is the most glorious." Who is Brahma, right? One of the most powerful persons in this whole creation. His intellectual capacity, his spiritual capacity, he is the direct son of Vishnu, and he is the leader of an entire parampara, and he is our supreme father to create all the 8,400,000 species of life. And what is his mode? He wants to take the dust of the devotees' lotus feet. So Srila Prabhupada, when he passed that message to all of us, we take it cheap. And Raghunath Das Goswami, when he built both Radhakund and Shyamkund, rebuilt the Shyamkund, he has so many pastimes, and eventually he left his body, his samadhis on Radhakund. And so many acharyas, if you go Radhakund area, there are roads, so many samadhis on the side. Even Srila Prabhupada, his samadhi is in Vrindavan, of course. But he before he left his body, he was telling his disciples that put me on a bullock cart and I want to go around and make a parikrama of Govardhan. And Govardhan right now is 26 kilometers parikrama. Okay. So I will read one more time. The domestic animals fled the pasture in fear, O king, and all the inhabitants rushed to Lord Govinda for shelter, crying, Krishna, Krishna. Okay. Thank you very much. Randra Srimad Bhagavatam ki Srila Prabhupada.
The kids have a small presentation.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for a very nice class.
Prabhuji, one question can we have?
Yeah.
So thank you, Prabhuji, for a wonderful session. And the Aristasura's previous life, right? That was really it's a lesson to all of us how not to behave with individuals. So now one question which I have with respect to Aristasura, though he took the form of a bull, so was it just the association which made him to completely change? So he was with Brihaspati, so he's disciple of Brihaspati, and completely just in one lifetime he completely changed, just for with the association.
Same thing with the Dvivida Gorilla also. Dvivida Gorilla also association. He was directly serving Ramchandra Bhagavan. And because of his association with the demons, so he became the biggest enemy of Sri Ram. And Balaram killed him. So it is association.
So considering that, how we in this like Kali Yuga, especially in US, what we should avoid, what to whom we should associate, because we are associating with devotees and also external material world. So how should we be very careful not to get those impact us and always remember and serve devotees?
You know, association means what? Association means you opened up your heart to receive instructions from the other person. So we work with so many people every day morning 8 to 5, more than 8 hours. We are associating with karmis at workplace. That does not mean that we are associating with them. We don't take instructions from them, how we should take it. We listen to them, we sell them a business purpose, and we do some service, we take the money and come out. We don't open up. Even when we are going in a devotee association process, if you carefully monitor how your consciousness is playing out, you don't accept instructions from every devotee. You have faith in some devotees who positively impressed you, and you are connected to them. And for example, my parents and the teachers I lived and the so-called gurus I met before I met Prabhupada's devotees, I tried to connect with them, but I could not able to. And it is just the Bhagavad Gita that connected me. Means we are opening our heart to somebody to influence our life positively. That is association. But this whole Arshtasura life is, how do we navigate between attachments and detachments? So that is Yukta Vairagya principle, that what Rupa Goswami explains. So that is the Tarak mantra for all of us.
Thank you.
They say, right, you have to not take association, give association to those.
You don't take association. Karmis, you don't take association. You do association. And as a devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as a follower of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we don't take any spiritual vows. That some people say that I will live in Govardhan area for the rest of my life. I will live in Vrindavan. I will live in this place, Jagannath Puri. No, we don't take that vows. The only vow that we have already taken knowingly or unknowingly at the time of initiation, that I will always serve Srila Prabhupada's mission. Yeah, whatever form that comes in. And how do we serve? Is Yukta Vairagya principle. No more vows.
Little louder.
Today we're
Mic
doing a
is-
skit about Govardhan. Father, what are all these offerings for?
These offerings are for Indra.
Why don't we offer these to Govardhan Hill?
Can I please offer these to Indra first?
Yeah, but Govardhan Hill gives us all our necessities. And I'm pretty sure that if we offer to Govardhan Hill, all the other gods will be pleased, including Indra.
Okay, let's get started.
What are they doing? Explain.
Cooking the food right now.
Yeah. Okay, let's go offer it to Govardhan Hill.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Stand up, stand up.
Come this way, come this way.
Look at the sky. The clouds are turning black. I think it's about to rain. Oh no, I can feel the rain starting now. Oh no, it's very close. It's raining very heavily. Let's go call Krishna. He's the only one who could save us. Krishna, did you see what's happening outside?
Loudly.
Krishna, did you see what's happening outside? It's raining. I think Indra's mad.
We are all going to drown.
We're all gonna drown.
Okay. Come here and we go. You all come this way. Sit down.
Louder, louder.
The villagers have done the wrong thing. They have stopped my worship. Now I'm gonna make the clouds flood, in the rain and thunder. And it's gonna be
Very heavy.
very heavy.
You want to consider. It's raining heavily, right? Tell me, Krishna.
Krishna, it's raining heavily. Please save us.
Yeah.
It's gonna drown. We all are going to drown.
Yeah, okay.
Don't worry, my friends. I will bring a big umbrella to shelter all of us. And that umbrella is none other than God's will.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
7 days later.
Okay, it stopped raining. You guys can go to your homes now.
Thank you so much, Krishna. You saved all our villagers. Good job.
It's okay, I forgive you.
Okay, so then everyone go around Krishna. Haribo.
Haribo. Jai.
Okay, now you introduce yourself.
What is your name and what role did you play? Yeah, each of
Everyone.
them.
Everyone.
One by one.
Amrita, you start.
Hare Krishna, my name is Amrita and I played Krishna.
Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj.
My name is Sahana and I played one of the villagers.
One of the villagers. Very good.
My name is Amrita and I played as Nanda Maharaj.
My name is Ashrita and I did the villagers. My name is Swaran and I played Indra. My name is Shubhini and I played one of the villagers too.
Thank you very much. Haribo.
Haribo.
Our name is Sahana.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you so much and for attending this Sunday Feast program. So this 2 weeks later, on 26th October, we are celebrating this Govardhan Puja and Diwali celebrations. And it is going to be in the Swaminarayan temple where we celebrated the Janmashtami with lots of programs there, 2 to 7 p.m. So the flyers are there, please come and attend. And next week we have a visiting devotees. There is a Brihat Pradanga Prabhu, he is a brahmachari from Florida. So he is coming, we have programs on Tuesday and Wednesday, Tuesday in Concord. So if possible, please join, and Wednesday it is in Valentine. And most of you know, we have a temple project. So we are bought a land near Matthews, 9.25 acres land, and we got the rezoning done. So rezoning means that they approved us to build a temple there. So that typically takes like a lot of time. We got that in July done. So now we are working on the construction phase for the project. This is going to be a 20,000 square feet building eventually. So with a lot of things to be developed there. It is near the Costco Matthews in 485 exit 49. So please spread this word and tell your neighbors, friends that temples are coming in next 2 years. We are planning to see if we can do the phase 1. So any contribution to the temple is very welcome. So the details there in our website and WhatsApp groups. So this is a service we are doing collectively, or all of them, so that we can actually preach the message of Krishna and Lord Chaitanya, and then please Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much. Today we are actually celebrating this month, Kartik month, Damodar month, which you know of. It started on October 6th. So today, before, we will now have the Gaurarati and then sing the Damodar Ashtakam and show the ghee lamps. So if you show a ghee lamp this month, then you get like 1,000 times benefit. You get the special mercy of Krishna. So please, you can join there, and after that we will have the prasadam. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for the excellent Radhakunda explanation class. So we'll do that there. There. So we can go to the. I don't know who's the own.
You have to take this.
Yeah, we have to take one of this. Yeah, possible. They will.
Lyrics are here.
Yeah. இதே பார்த்து இல்லை இங்கே தான் கனெக்ட் ஆகிருக்கு. ஐ வில் if you pull it will go, I will connect there, that side.
गौर चांदे आरती को शोभा
Manalo